And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with the Game Boy Geek.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to be looking at Americana, or American pop culture in different times. We're looking at the newest version of Timeline, put out by Asmodee here in the US. 2 to 8 players, plays in a quick 15 minutes. This is a good, fun, educational game where you're trying to slot things into a certain time and of events or in culture. Now this is about the 6th or 7th, depending on when you count, version of Timeline. Let's see how it plays, and I'll show you what I finally think at the end. So the game starts with flipping one card up with its date showing in the middle of the table. In this case, the Boston Red Sox trade Babe Ruth to New York Yankees. This happened in 1920. Now everyone is dealt 4 cards, and making sure that the date is not shown and making sure no one ever flips it over to show the dates. I have these events: Uncle Sam first popularized, The Great Gatsby, The X-Files premieres, and Bill Gates founded Microsoft. I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to place it either before or after 1920. Well, let's say the Bill Gates is probably a pretty easy one. And I think it's after 1920, so I'd put it there, and then we would flip it over to see if I'm correct. 1975, that is correct. So, I was correct, I'm down to 3 cards left. If I was incorrect, that card that I just tried to put there would be discarded, and I would get another card, so I'm back up to 4 again. Now, as the game goes on and people become successful, you can see that there's a lot more places in different years that are going to basically be slotted there. So it's going to be a lot harder as the game goes on. For example, when was The Great Gatsby? I don't know. Maybe it was like 1940? So if I thought that, I would put it here. I would flip it over and go, let's see. Oh, it was 1925. It actually should have been right here. So again, this would get discarded, and I would pick another card. So I'd be back up to 3 again. Now, this continues until someone runs out and does their last card turn after turn. Let's say I put this and it was correct. I would basically be done. Now, at the end of the round, meaning everyone's had the same number of turns, if there's only one person that's gone out, that person wins. If there's more than one, each of those people would grab one card and continue just the people that went out, and they would continue going like this, one card at a time, and at the end of each round, if there's only one winner, that person wins. If not, they keep going. Now, I don't want to spoil it and show you all the cards here, because that's half the fun of having the game, but I will show you a handful more just to get a feeling for the artwork and the things that are in there. First woman to run the Boston Marathon. The first iPad revealed. NASCAR founded. First appearance of Democratic Donkey. We have the Star Trek TV series airs for the first time. We have first automotive mass production assembly line, death of Michael Jackson, so on and so forth. All right, there's Timeline Americana. Now, I really do love this Timeline series because it's quick, it's easy, it's educational, the artwork's good, you're learning stuff. It's fun to just play around while you're waiting for dinner to be ready, or a quick filler game at the beginning or the end of the night. And I like that you can learn things from these. Now the other ones were, different things like inventions and things like that. And this one brings American pop culture to it, which is pretty interesting. I like it. It's so quick and easy. Now with this whole Timeline series, the one downside is that if you have just one of them, and if you play it a lot, sometimes it can get a little old because you'll go through the cards quite a bit. But once you start mixing in different ones to each other, wow, then you really have, you're mixing inventions with history, with pop culture and things like that. And it really makes it a very solid game. It's fine by itself. It's super cheap. It's like 10 bucks on cool stuff. Buy 2 or 3 of them. It's worth it. Americana is a good addition. Has a lot of things about movies and music, and it has some history in there too. So it's a good blend that your kids will like and the adults will like. That's Timeline Americana. Learn while you're having fun.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.